Welcome to our journey through American history, where we explore the pivotal role of the Articles of Confederation. At the dawn of a new nation, amidst the tumult of the Revolutionary War, the American colonies united in their quest for independence. Yet this unity required more than shared ideals. It demanded a framework to bind these fledgling states together. Thus, the Articles of Confederation were born. Drafted during the heat of battle, they served as the first governing document of the United States. The Articles sought to unify the colonies under a single governmental umbrella, a challenging task in a time of great uncertainty and change. Join us as we delve into how these Articles laid the groundwork for governance, setting the stage for the evolution of the American political landscape. This introduction marks the beginning of our exploration into the Articles' purpose, strengths, shortcomings, and lasting impact on the formation of the United States. Let's embark on this historical journey and uncover the stories behind America's first steps towards nationhood. The Articles of Confederation laid the groundwork for the United States' first attempt at a national government. At its core was a unicameral legislature where each state, regardless of size, had one vote. This structure was designed to ensure equality among the states, emphasizing their sovereignty. However, the central government's powers were notably limited. There was no executive branch to enforce laws and no national judiciary to interpret them. Most authority remained with the individual states, reflecting the colonies' desire to avoid a strong centralized power, reminiscent of British rule. This arrangement meant that Congress could not impose taxes or regulate commerce effectively, leaving the nation financially vulnerable. The emphasis on state sovereignty was a double-edged sword, fostering independence but also hindering cohesive national policy. As we explore further, this unique structure under the Articles would eventually reveal its shortcomings, setting the stage for a more robust framework in the U.S. Constitution. For now, it served as a critical stepping stone in America's journey towards self-governance, highlighting the delicate balance between unity and autonomy. Despite its shortcomings, the Articles of Confederation were instrumental in securing some remarkable achievements. Most notably, they guided the American colonies to victory in the Revolutionary War, a monumental feat that established the United States as an independent nation. The Articles provided a framework for cooperation among the states, allowing them to pool resources and strategize effectively against British forces. Another significant success under the Articles was the establishment of the Northwest Ordinance. This landmark legislation laid the groundwork for westward expansion. By creating a structured process for territories to become states, it set a precedent for orderly growth and development, emphasizing the importance of education and the prohibition of slavery in new territories. These accomplishments, though achieved under a system with notable limitations, demonstrated the potential for collaboration among the states. They showcased the ability to address pressing issues of the time, highlighting the Articles' role in shaping the early United States. While the Articles were eventually replaced, their successes laid important foundations for the nation's future governance and expansion. In the heart of the Articles of Confederation lies a series of critical weaknesses that ultimately hindered effective governance. First and foremost, the inability to levy taxes left the national government financially crippled, reliant on inconsistent state contributions. This lack of fiscal power meant that funding essential services and repaying war debts became nearly impossible. Furthermore, the Articles did not grant the central government the authority to regulate trade between the states or with foreign nations. Without a cohesive trade policy, each state acted independently, often resulting in tariffs and trade barriers that stifled economic growth. Additionally, the absence of enforcement powers meant that laws passed by Congress were essentially toothless, as there was no executive branch to implement them. This lack of unity and central authority fostered an environment of discord and inefficiency. These systemic flaws underscored the need for a more robust framework, setting the stage for the eventual drafting of the U.S. Constitution. The shortcomings of the Articles served as a powerful lesson in the necessity of a balanced and effective national government. As the dust settled from the Revolutionary War, the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation became glaringly apparent. One pivotal moment was Shays' Rebellion, a grassroots uprising in 1786-87 that underscored the federal government's inability to maintain order and address economic distress. This rebellion served as a wake-up call, emphasizing the need for a stronger, more cohesive national framework. In response, the Constitutional Convention was convened in Philadelphia in 1787, gathering some of the brightest minds of the era, including George Washington, James Madison, and Benjamin Franklin. Their mission: to craft a new governing document that could address the shortcomings of the Articles and unify the states under a robust federal system. Through rigorous debate and compromise, the U.S. Constitution was born, laying the foundation for a new era of governance. This transition marked a significant shift from a loose confederation to a strong federal republic, balancing state and national interests. The Constitution not only rectified the financial and legislative weaknesses of its predecessor, but also established a system of checks and balances that would become a hallmark of American democracy. This pivotal transformation set the stage for the United States to grow into a formidable nation, providing a blueprint for governance that would endure for centuries. The drafting of the Constitution was not merely a response to the failures of the Articles, but a visionary step towards a more unified and resilient nation, ushering in a new chapter in American history. As we conclude our exploration of the Articles of Confederation, we reflect on their profound role in American history. These Articles were more than just a document. They were a bold experiment in self-governance, crafted during a time of revolution and uncertainty. Their creation marked the first attempt to unify the newly independent states under a common framework, emphasizing the sovereignty of each state while striving for collective strength. Though ultimately replaced, the Articles taught invaluable lessons that shaped the drafting of the U.S. Constitution. They highlighted the need for a more robust central government capable of addressing the challenges of taxation, trade regulation, and law enforcement, a need that became glaringly apparent during events like Shays' Rebellion. The legacy of the Articles lies not in their failures, but in their contribution to the evolution of American governance. They paved the way for the Constitution, which established a stronger federal system, balancing state and national powers more effectively. As we look back, it's clear that the Articles of Confederation were a crucial stepping stone in the journey toward a more perfect union. We encourage you to delve deeper into this fascinating period and explore how these early efforts at governance continue to influence the United States today. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey, and we hope it inspires you to further investigate the roots of American democracy.